mixing, fixing for another big game. It's a coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see running back Joe Mixon coming off a 100-yard performance a week ago, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. So with that, let's get up to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The numbers for Mixon last week, 8 carries, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Second and 6. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw. Going deep downfield for Roll. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Credit that breakup to Greedy Williams.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Open man is Uzama. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Got his man. It's Eifert. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 4. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Right now, we're all even. It's a tie game as we drop you back in and the offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll set up a throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket.
With a little over 2 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter, the offense gets ready to take over.
Check 31, check 31.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the left side here for Eifert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there. remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Give them 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
He'll look to throw. Well, he's going to go for it all. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day out there.
They'll drop to throw. And able to find Green. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter.
Slam, slam, slam. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Check, check, check.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's complete. It's Green here. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They're going to look to throw. And Eifert has it. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Mike 51. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G. Check, 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 check.
Back to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Bullock will put this one through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they surrendered 3 points, and now after the kickoff, this offense gets ready to take over the football. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
He'll look to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Looking to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A very solid gain of 27. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Let's go.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's Eifert. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards. So tough to cover a big tight end like that.
It changes the chalk, as one of my coaches like to say, meaning the normal things don't apply. All right, used to say, okay, there's a tight end going out. We're either going to put a big linebacker on him or maybe a safety and call it a day. Now, because of the strength of that position and the sheer number of catches that they make as well as their dexterity, sometimes you have to put a cornerback on him because he might be the primary guy going out for a pass. It changes what they do defensively, and it's usually not good for the defense.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. Uzomah, his 5th touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation.
Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Kirksey. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll look to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Green brings it in. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll look to throw here. He completes it to Boyd. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. He'll look to throw. To the left side here for Eifert.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep.
On set. 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Finding Green complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Bengals, the win is their 8th on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.